is there going to be a Zufa belt where like the winner of the Zufa belt has a springboard into like Riyadh season and a championship fight, a Ring Magazine fight?
You and I have never talked about this, but the answer is yes.
That's right, of course.
What will happen?
Of course, yeah. Right.
There will be a Zufa belt, and then there will be a ring belt. And yes, I will not recognize any of the other sanctioning bodies.
We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to your live boxing ego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to your live. Now I tried to tell you so. Yes, I did. Return of the Glaze once again. Return of the Glaze. Oh my God. Return of the Glaze. Max Kellerman speaks on Zufa boxing and how they will only be recognizing Ring Magazine rankings. Let's go. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, sidebar. I gotta admit, to see Max Kellerman go from what he was on the HBO days to how he's campaigning now, nasty work. This is some of the biggest butt-kissing, company man, shilling in the world of shillery that we've seen. And to be honest, it's not going to be remembered favorably. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I feel it's important to do what's right in your heart as opposed to doing whatever for a check. Like, you guys have to understand, I'm a content creator for several years online making money. If I wanted to, I could read a bunch of comments and go with whatever the crowd is saying, and then people would adore me. Like, oh, Ego, he always gets it right, because I'm reading the opinions of sheep, you know, reading the opinions of people and saying whatever they want me to, right? Like Gervonta Davis, it's fashionable to say negative things about Gervonta Davis. I can make Tank diss videos every single day and it's going to get traction because I'm talking bad about Tank, right? But I don't do what you want me to do. I do what I see needs to be done. And, you know, to see Max Kellerman, like I said, fall from grace, I really, when he first started with HBO, I was like, man, this dude, he's really for boxing. Now he's purely company man. I don't know what happened and what was lost in that transitional period where he got fired from ESPN First Take and was out of boxing, but they should have just left him where he was because I don't see what he's providing. And then Turki and Ring, they're giving him a show. And I'm going to say it like this, and I'm not even saying it to be cocky. The reason why shows like this come and go in boxing is because if you are a company man and you have directives where you cannot keep it real, the boxing audience is going to spot the phony and they're not going to trust you, right? Like, the reason people come back to my channel year after year after year, and shout out to y'all, shout out to the great supporters, because they trust Boxing Ego. They trust I'm at the very least, good, bad, or indifferent, I'm giving you the real me. I'm giving you my honest opinion. Nobody put a battery in my back. Nobody forced me to say this, that, in the third, right? But it immediately becomes apparent when that is not the case, and when somebody's kind of instructing you to shed light on something. But anyway, Zufa, this is the latest announcement. I want you guys to hear it, and then I'll react to it. Roll the clip.
Long-term streaming deal with Paramount Plus. Zufa Boxing will also no longer be acknowledging any of the sanctioning bodies and will be going off of the Ring rankings only. Hallelujah. I have been waiting for this day. for about 25 years, since Lennox Lewis got robbed against Evander Holyfield at the Garden and given a draw. That was the last time I mentioned the sanctioning bodies on the air, and have been referring exclusively to Ring Magazine rankings since then. No, not just because now I'm on Inside the Ring. I got receipts. You can check my social media.
I'm gonna check your receipts now.
Guys, some major breaking news this morning. Zufa Boxing has announced a long-term.
So you seen Max Kellerman, he was doing his best glazing, if you will. And it's just, I can't respect that, bro. It's just what it is. I can't respect it. As far as what he's saying, I mean, he's doing too much. Talking about hallelujah. It's not even that serious, bro. And it's funny, he said, it's not because I work for Inside the Ring that I'm saying this about the news that Zufa Boxing is going to only recognize ring rankings. You know what I mean? That's like a waiter at a restaurant and he's like, oh, we got the best steak in New York. I'm not saying it just because I work here. There's a strong chance that you are saying it because you work there and they pay the bills. But anywho, as far as the rankings, I mean, first of all, they're trying so hard to make Dana White like super relevant in boxing without earning it the hard way. Whatever he did in UFC is over here and it's completely separate to boxing. You know, that's like sports have showed you could be Michael Jordan and be the greatest basketball player of all time. Doesn't make you the greatest owner. And that's within the same sport, right? That's basketball and basketball, right? But just because you're the greatest, you're the GOAT player, doesn't mean as a owner of a basketball team, you're going to be the GOAT owner. There's other people who maybe didn't play or have the same career as you, and they're better owners than you, right? No different than the actor who gets behind the camera and directs a movie. You could be a great actor, right? Like even Creed 3, Michael B. Jordan directed it. He's an actor and he's dope, but Creed 3 was the worst entry in the Creed franchise, right? Ryan Coogler is not an actor, but Creed 1 is far superior to Creed 3, right? So the point I'm making is like, it don't make you the man, I guess you could say, just because. Now, as far as like Dana White, like I said, whatever you've done in the UFC, that has no bearing on boxing, right? You still got to earn your stripe like you know how many 50 Cents and Jay-Z's and other small like promotional outfits that have come and gone, or maybe they were big and then they come and gone and realize like boxing is a tough spot. So the reality is Dana White ain't earned nothing. If anything, he's getting chastised by boxing reporters like Sean Zattel did him, right? And he stumbled and stammered through it and angered the boxing public and didn't provide answers, right? Now you got Max who's shilling, oh yeah, the ring rankings, the only one recognizing. Listen, here's the skinny of it, mate. The powers that be, they're coming in trying to change boxing, right? And they've been doing this for a while. Canelo did the press conference with William Skull, and then they only wanted the Ring Magazine Turkey Undisputed belts shown. And then for the WBC belt, they're like, nah, get that out the way. Like, we don't want that, right? For the photo op. So they're already coming in and they've been doing little things. You just got to be keen enough to pay attention. They're trying to, I guess, monopolize or take boxing in the direction of the UFC where they control everything. That's why the Saudis are putting in a big investment in money and losing in terms of like the events aren't gaining the amount of money needed because they're trying to control the board, and they figure out if we lose money long term, will be in a better position, that kind of thing. So it remains to be seen. But for me, I'm not really impressed with this. The sanctioning bodies aren't perfect. I get that. But at the same time, there's 4 of them. And if you eliminate that and say Ring Magazine is the only one we trust, then that introduces a lot of politics. So when Turkey's saying, I want Usyk to fight Moses Atuma, to me, that is a dumb fight. Who is Moses Atuma? Like, he's cool. I've seen him. I'm checking for him, watching him. But what I'm saying is, like, Usyk is a 2-time undisputed with a beautiful resume and nearing the end of his career, and he's taking tough challenges. We haven't seen Moses Atuma fought Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, or Dillian White or Daniel Dubois. He just fought Dillian White. I meant to say Daniel Dubois, right? He ain't fought that level of competition. So you fought like a washed up Dillian White, 40-year-old Dillian White. So why is his name even being mentioned with Usyk? For real. But now when Turkey has these ideas, he can manipulate the rankings and make it make sense. Like, oh, Moses Atuma is number 1. Usyk's the champion. Here's your mandatory. So just wait for it. If this is what is going down, it's just going to be more politics. So Crawford, super middleweight champion. They put Canelo at number 1. Now we got to suffer through a rematch. Even though nobody asked for a rematch, now this is how Zufa boxing will justify fights like Canelo Crawford by being in control of the rankings to the point where your itinerary can be built around how you guys have ranked the people. Again, I have no interest at all in Crawford versus Canelo Part 2. He showed that he was at a different level at this point of their careers, and he convincingly won. But now they could try to stick that in front of the public and force you to watch a fight that you might not want based on the politics. So to be honest, this is about power. This is about control. Like Janet Jackson said, control, right? No more, no less. So while Max Kellerman is like, hallelujah, I've been waiting for this. There's different layers that, again, if you were a real content creator who didn't have a battery in your back and wasn't being a company man, you would be exploring the ideas that I've brought up throughout this video, because the ideas aren't peachy keen only, and the ideas bring up relevant conversations to what this could mean. But of course, if you're pushing an agenda and somebody's telling you kind of what to say, you're only going to focus on the potential good. Me, I don't focus on inherently bad or inherently good. I focus on the truth and outline as I see fit what this means, right? No agenda. It's not my job. I'm not God. Not my job or goal to make people fail or succeed. They're going to do that on their own. I don't have to intervene. I believe in fate. I believe in destiny. What is written and what is destined will happen. Even my life, there's certain things that I'm meant to go through, right? I'm meant to go through certain obstacles to come out the other side. And that's just fate and destiny. So I don't have to hate on people or prevent them from, they're going to do that on their own. The public's going to speak to them and we're going to see what it is and what it ain't. But to see Max Kellerman sold out his whole brand is disgusting. And I'm not convinced that this is great. And here's the other thing. Zufa is a new imprint in the world of boxing. They've proven nothing. Who do you even have? You're like, okay, we're only observing the ring rankings, but who do you have that signed to Zufa Boxing currently that even matters? I heard Vito Mielnicki, right? He left Top Rank and Zufa signing him. Cool. So you got one fighter. that's been bounced around from PBC to Top Rank to Zufa now. I think they got Caleb Walsh, who did not look that great, versus the Vargas kid. So for you to be putting this stuff out, it's like, who do you even have to the point where any of this matters right now? So I don't know. I guess they're just trying to get people ready for what's to come. So I have to see more, but I definitely see potential issues with this when it comes to rankings. It's just going to be more politics. If just think about it, common sense. If that's like the Italian mafia in its prime in the 70s, right? They control the newspaper. I mean, they could have a crime that everybody should know about, but if the Italian mob has their hand in what comes out in the print, then guess what? They're going to tell you and show you what they want to show you, right? They're going to be like, don't cover that crime. Don't put that in the front page. Put that in the back real small, or don't talk about it at all. You know what I mean? What operation is going to out themselves? So the Ring, they keep doing it, but what they're doing is they're force feeding the public, and that's never a good thing when people are trying to force feed you, because like an animal, if an animal doesn't know you, you go to your friend's house and they have a cat and you try to insist, it's going to make the cat standoffish and not want to be around you. You got to let animals gravitate towards you. So I'm always going to be weary when people try too hard. Like, why are you trying this hard to convince me of ... And that's the case. Ring is doing too much, right? Putting on like shows, oh man, and like they're trying too hard to control the narrative, which just means we rebel, we unpack. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new, but even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast.